The following contest is scheduled for one fall in the tag team division. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from his happy place, Mr. Smiles!
And I forgot to give him his original video, didn't I? Oh, bugger. Good evening, wrestling fans from the world-famous AWL Arena in Tokyo, Japan. This is the Animated Wrestling League. It is episode 266. We are starting off tonight in the Tag Team Division. The quest for 3 points and the first challengers for the new Tigers, fully fledged Tiger Champions, begins in earnest. Starting off with the happiest man in professional wrestling. The entire arena, including us here at the commentation station, just dancing away here, and we all look like complete idiots doing so. Use a little smile, hoping it would stay there. Okay, sorry, I have a job to do, don't I? This is why you shouldn't give me Red Bull before the show. Woo! Well, here's the Killjoy.
And his tag team partner, making his way to the ring from Guadalajara, Mexico, El Dorei. Together they are Danger 13. Currently they have 0 points.
Well, Danger 13 came together during Season 13 of the AWL. We're now in Season 14. Because they were both in danger of falling into the danger zone, meaning that they could have lost their jobs at the end of the season. They're out of the danger zone now. They actually challenged for the tag team titles at the season finale last season. Will they be able to work together and ascend back to the top of the mountain to take on very young and potentially vulnerable champions? Let's find out, because right now they're going to have to face another young tag team.
And their opponents taking over the ring also with 0 points. Hiroyuki Shota, Flash Nobuyuki, the Flying Yukis.
The newest tag team in the Animated Wrestling League. The two guys that we all thought were going to be jobbers at the New Year's tournament. Now an established tag team here in the AWL. Anything can happen in the Animated Wrestling League. You see Flash Nobuyuki getting up close and personal with the AWL fans here in the arena. Hiroyuki Shota, as always, the voice of reason, trying to get him back into the ring so they can start the bout. So we've got 2 Japanese guys, a Mexican guy, and I don't know where the heck Mr. Smiles is from, but that's the international flavor, the Animated Wrestling League, the most global version of professional wrestling you're going to see here in Japan. Go, Yukis, go. Here we go, starting off, Mr. Smiles and Hiroyuki Shota. 15 minutes on the clock in this tag team encounter. Hiroyuki Shota with the advantage in the corner. Referee calls for a clean break. Has to force the issue. And the happy man with the vertical suplex, snap vertical suplex. And it's unusual for Mr. Smiles to be the veteran in a match like this. Only wrestling since 2015. Hiroyuki Shota, of course, fewer matches in the AWL than his opponents have years in the AWL. That is how much of a rookie this team of the Flying Yukis just happens to be. A Dragon Screw Leg Whip by Mr. Smiles. Fighting out of the happy place. We're going to see a tag Kogeki. No, we're not. Hiroyuki Shota able to get out of the way. Tonight, in the main event, it's going to be a 4-on-4 Atomicos match. All of the Dorei Corps versus the combination of the Puro Sentai Resuranger and T49P. Good counter to the Frown Wiper by Hiroyuki Shota, tag made to Flash Nobuyuki. A simple, common, basic, but effective tag Kogeki. Desperation tag in comes the Season 2 veteran, El Rudo Rojo. How this guy has survived in the AWL as long as he has, I genuinely am not certain. Maybe because he's just easy to create every time they come up with a new game. Who knows? We use a version of the Chikara 3-point system here in the AWL. 3 consecutive tag team victories necessary to challenge for the Tag Team Championship of the World. Both these teams come in with 0 points. That will not be the case later tonight in another tag team bout. Oh, what do we have here? Calling for something. I have no idea what. Oh, wait a minute, going for the STF, step over toe hold face lock. And he's got that cinched in pretty tight. Never mind. That's all you really have to do. That's the control hold. The leg is basically the control. The crossface is the pain that gets you. Pressure on the nose. Oh, wait a minute. A Lion Tamer. Why am I holding my own nose? I don't know. Lion Tamer. Shades of the Lion Heart. El Rudo Rojo showing himself a little more skilled in submissions than oh, Brainbuster by the Flying Yuki. Flash Nobuyuki makes the tag. Hiroyuki Shota and a tag made on the other side as well. Mr. Smiles. We are back where we started, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of corkscrew elbow strikes, but one to the well one too many times did Mr. Smiles. He may be a rookie, but he knows what's coming when you show it to him 3 times. Monkey flip out of the corner. The Flying Yuki's starting to fly. This is where the Flying Yukis are and again, the 4th time. This time it connects. Hiroyuki Shota escapes, comes back into the ring, trying to break the momentum of Mr. Smiles. It doesn't work. Frown Wiper again countered the Frown Wiper. Monkey flip out of the corner. Yuki flip, perhaps we should call that. 11 minutes and change remaining, all the time in the world, ladies and gentlemen. And into a sleeper hold. We've seen in the past, Hiroyuki Shota likes the sleeper hold. And I'm guessing Mr. Smiles saw that as well. Great counter. And whoever that guy in the crowd was, yes, this is the human game of chess. And right now, both of these players are jockeying for position, sacrificing the occasional pawn, hoping to make the big move later on. And speaking of big moves, here we go. Hisatsu Oza, the king in check. Touch of happiness. A touch of happiness from Mr. Smiles. The cover for the one. Broken up at the 1 count by Flash Nobuyuki. All 4 men in the ring. The referee has lost control. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family needs to exert some control here. Your legal combatants are Hiroyuki Shota in the green and orange and Mr. Smiles. Referee's down. Shota brought it back in the hard way. That was incidental contact. I doubt there'll be a disqualification here. Snapmare takedown. Hiroyuki Shota. Diving snapmare. Diving blockbuster. And the Flying Yuki gonna fly. Perched like a gargoyle on the top rope. Waiting for his opponent up. Oh, crossbody block. Caught! He got caught! Mr. Smiles! Mr. Smiles with a big smile slam, I guess. Forearm strike, legal blows, ladies and gentlemen. And Yukis sneaks out the back, does Mr. Smiles. Less than 10 minutes remain. Irish whip into the corner, tag Kogeki. Oh, we got something coming here. Stomping away, Mr. Smiles. Stomping away, Kiriyuki Shota. The tag made. Is well within the 5 count. Rapid fire tags in and out. Good tag team strategy. Keep the opponent off guard. And right now, there's your tag Kogeki. Double team drop kick. Your legal fighter right now. Into the cover. 1, 2. And blocking the defense is Mr. Smiles. So he needs to get out of the ring. The referee starts the count. At 5, he will disqualify. 3. Wait a minute. Fighters. Finale. 4. And Mr. Smiles gets out of the ring at the last possible second. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 point for Danger 13. Yeah, I find that difficult to believe too. Well, it all started going downhill here for the Yukis with a touch of happiness. But this was check and mate. It was inevitable at this point. The double drop kick, the fighter's finale at the end. And that's all she wrote.
Here are your winners, now with 1 point. Danger 13.
1 down, 2 to go, and they've got a date with the Tigers. This is our opening contest, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a ton of action for you over the next probably about an hour or so. Yeah, I don't expect this next match is going to take very long. It's the Demon versus someone who's about to reconsider their life choices. Once upon a time, the greatest babyface in the history of the AWL came under the spell of that creature, the Demon Hisshi. And now he is not the man we knew. I don't think he's a man at all. The increasingly inhuman form of the Oshogatsu Taikai champion.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from the pits, accompanied by Hisshi Ganba Hisshi DARK.
I used to call this man my friend. Ganba Hisshi DARK. Made a pact with the Dark Forces to protect the AWL originally. And now that darkness has consumed him. You see that belt around his waist. The winner of the Oshogatsu Taikai, the New Year's Tournament 2019. That put him into the best 4. And he's now the #1 contender to the AWL Grand Championship. Oh,
and
wow.
his opponent, being accompanied by W&L from the AWL Dojo, A! Seriously, they don't even get music? Weird.
Yeah, weird, but no, they don't. They haven't earned it. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 students at the AWL Dojo who have been granted the opportunity to compete on the main roster, but haven't exactly earned things like entrances or music or trons or any of that stuff. In fact, this is the first time we've actually seen one of these young dragons, as we call them. They're not young lions, they're young dragons. We see them in the ring, enter the ring. Usually they get the full jobber entrance, the whole already at ringside routine. But I think that's about as good a night as A is going to have here, because he faces the #1 contender. Yeah, run away. This is actually good strategy. Although pointing your finger at the Demon Man, probably not a good idea, as you're about to find out. Of course, the second wrestler to take up the mantle of A, the original, sent back down to the dojo after an abysmal performance last season. The original W and L. Okay, yeah, Ganba getting a little too close for comfort here. I am prepared to also run away as like a coward, but I'm not trying to be a wrestler, am I? 20 count on the outside here. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. What is going on with Ganba? He's in some sort of a demonic trance. A may have been thinking a count-out victory. That would work. That would be in the record books. Oh! And an offensive move! A hits an offensive move and immediately regrets it. Ganba Hisshi Dark just picking this child apart. Why the AWL commissioner signed this, I have no idea. Uh-oh. Boom! Across the hypotenuse of that 20 by 20 foot ring. The demon stalking his prey. Yes, here it is. Hisatsuaza, Akama no Tsubasa, the Devil's Wings. And wait a minute, there's one of the other young dragons meddling with the turnbuckle pad. That breaks the count, kind of, I guess. Oh, what is this? Ooh! A has already felt the Akama no Tsubasa. He grabs for the ropes. That's going to prevent him from being pinned, at least for the moment. But, Ganba letting him back in the ring. I guess that's nice. I think that was almost a Kitatonic. And there's a steel chair being thrown in by one of the other young dragons. But too far away to help A at this point. Oh! Knee to the face, and he's probably bleeding under that mask. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Ganba Hisshi Dark destroying A. And that's the next challenger to Kid Canada and the AWL Grand Championship. Akama no Tsubasa.
Here is your winner, Ganba Hisshi Dark.
Okay. Well, you just heard that, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, Kid Canada, Ganba Hisshi Dark for the Grand Championship. The main event for next week, the gauntlet has been thrown down. Main event for next week for the Grand Championship. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to this.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a phantom rope match. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, the Spirit Dragon, Shynron.
A couple of weeks ago, the Spirit Dragon Shynron defeated the British Openweight Champion in a World of Sport Rules match. This time it is a reversal of the challenge. Shynron has challenged Frederick Victor to a Phantom Rope match, an AWL original, intended to give maximum advantage to the High Flyers. is there any more pompous music in any AWL entrance than this stuff?
And his opponent, making his way to the ring from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, he is the reigning British Openweight Champion, Frederick Victor.
For those of you who may be unfamiliar with the Phantom Rope match, it's pretty much what it sounds like. The ropes, for all intents and purposes, do not exist, meaning there is no distinction between the inside and the outside of the ring. That means there are no rope breaks. Falls count anywhere, there are no countouts. And that means that high flyers like the Spirit Dragon can go anywhere they like, and they can fly off of anything that they can climb. Shynron beat Frederick Victor in a match intended to benefit the scientific wrestler. Now Frederick Victor must try to return the favor in a match meant to favor the highest of high flyers. Ten minutes on the clock, as in all singles non-title matches in the AWL. Collar and elbow tie-up, and Shynron, who's usually a cruiserweight, with the size and weight advantage over Frederick Victor, but not the grappling skill advantage, though a cheap shot from Frederick Victor, turning the tables perhaps for a moment. Breakaway by Shynron, standing Meteora by the high flyer. Snapdragon, or sorry, Snap German, I should say. This all started a few weeks ago when Frederick Victor basically accused the high-flying Shynron of not being a real wrestler, not knowing any wrestling moves. Shynron then proceeded to defeat Frederick Victor in a World of Sport rules match, something he claims to be a master of. He, of course, being Frederick Victor in this case. And what do we have here? Mysterio Rana. Like pretty much every high flyer of the last 30 years, he owes a debt of gratitude to Rey Mysterio, who actually did have a match in the AWL once upon a time. Oh, double stomp into a lateral press, no hook of the leg, therefore an instant kick out. Poor technique by Frederick Victor. Starting to think he's not the technical wrestler he thinks he is. Off of the Phantom ropes. Miss waterway to drop kick, but there's a kick from Shynron, returning kick for kick in time. 8 minutes and change in this 10-minute contest. Tonight we've got tag team action, we've got singles action, and we've got Joshi action, we've got men's action, and we've got, oh look at that, the Dragon's Twist, 1, 2, kick out. That was the move that won at least one of the falls, if I remember correctly, of the World of Sport rules match later tonight. Sorry, a couple of weeks ago. Later tonight, I should say. Okay, it's late, I'm tired, I'm hyped up on several energy beverages. This is not going well. But you know what? Live to tape. And a beautiful standing corkscrew moonsault, followed up by a speed of endless light. We call that move the endless light. He does it faster than anybody in history. 1, 2. Kick out again. Frederick Victor showing some tenacity here. Credit where due. And I think Shynron looking for another Dragon Twist to end this contest. Yes, he is, the Dragon Twist! And the hand is under the ropes, but it does not matter. It's a Phantom Rope match. Shynron now 2-0 against Frederick Victor. And I have to bring it up at this point. Is Shynron a contender for the British Openweight Championship? I don't know. I don't know how that title works. It's not a sanctioned AWL belt. It's something that Frederick Victor picked up during the off-season back home in the UK. But with that dragon twist, Shynron seems to have the number of Frederick Victor.
Here is your winner, the Spirit Dragon, Shynron!
So we shall see how this develops going forward. Is there a title opportunity in the future of the Spirit Dragon? I don't know. We'll have to wait for information from the AWL Commissioner to see if that match is going to take place. Coming up next, we have a Joshi tag team match with a little bit of a receipt due to one of the newest wrestlers in the AWL, Betty Bubbles. I'll explain momentarily.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall in the Joshi Tag Team Division. Introducing first, making their way to the ring, the tag team combination of Jackie Monu and Athena Jane. Together they are the Modern Day Warriors. Currently they have 1 point.
7 days ago, we saw Betty Bubbles use Athena Jane's own finishing maneuver, the Fall of the Gods, in her debut match as part of the Joshi Tag Team Division. Unsuccessfully, I might add. And Athena Jane has been more than a little bit pissed off about that ever since. So right now, with another point on the line.
And their opponents, the tag team combination of Miss AWL and Betty Bubbles.
Well, as I said, Betty Bubbles making her AWL
Currently
debut.
they have 0 points.
Sorry about that.
And it's probably going to stay that way.
Yeah, it probably will. Because if there's anything more dangerous than the modern day Amazon, it's the modern day Amazon when she is ticked off. You really shouldn't have stolen her move, Betty. You're gonna regret that. And it is gonna be Athena Jane starting off against Betty Bubbles. That, again, does not seem an intelligent life decision. Well, credit where due, Bubbles standing her ground against Athena Jane, but, yeah. I don't really need to say anything here, do I? The visuals paint a picture. But Betty Bubbles taking the fight to Athena Jane. She just doesn't really have a chance in hell, does she? Okay, running down the rest of the cards for the night, we've got another tag team match. It's going to be the Augments versus the Puro Sentai Resuranger. And in the main event, it's Dr. Jigoku's Dorei versus, again, the Puro Sentai Resuranger and T49P, Hassan, and the reigning Grand Champion, Kid Canada. It's going to be a 4-on-4 Atomicos main event tonight. Right now, roll in Athena Jane. Nobody's made a tag. Well, I stand corrected. Nobody's made a tag here. There we go. Miss AWL, the pioneer of the Young Dragons program. A student at the AWL dojo now going for a stump puller, and that actually might be a good strategy against Athena Jane. You're probably not going to get the submission here, but you could do damage to one of her legs, and thereby make... Oh, now here's how it's supposed to be done. That is the Fall of the Gods, Betty Bubbles. That is how you're supposed to do it. And Jackie Molyneux celebrating even though she was never tagged in this match. No tag at all on the side of the modern-day Warriors, but the Fall of the Gods gives them their second point towards title contention.
Here are your winners, now with 2 points. The Modern Day Warriors!
One more, and they've got a date with the Queens of Wrestling. Alright, coming up next, it's the men's division. Tag team action, the Augments versus both Wrestle Blues. You'll see what I mean in a minute. But first, we have to tolerate the presence of the most diabolical, evil, disgusting, nasty force in the AWL, and that is that man, the mad scientist of professional wrestling, Dr. Jigoku, the creator of these cybernetic monstrosities, the Iron Project, and the modern-day Frankenstein.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall in the tag team division. Introducing first, making their way to the ring from the laboratory, accompanied by Dr. Jigoku, currently with 0 points. The tag team combination of Project Tetsu 2.0, Project Z. Together they are the Augments.
And at the command of their creator, Dr. Jigoku, his favorite toys enter the AWL 20 by 20 foot ring. And just to think, these creatures were both once human. A true bastardization of the mad sciences. But for every monster, for every villain, there is a hero.
And their opponent, currently with 1 point, accompanied by Resuranger, fighting out of the secret base, representing the Pro Sentai Resuranger, Wrestle Blue!
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Wrestle Red, the bearer of the golden opportunity that you see around his neck, will not be competing tonight. This is going to be Wrestle Blue versus the Augments, but it will not be a handicap match, because like all of the Puro Sentai Resuranger, Wrestle Blue has a superpower that enables him, that's right, Kagebushi no Jutsu, to Wrestle Blues. He will fight this. He is the one-man tag team, and he will fight this match by himself. And an immediate counter to the strength and power of Project Tetsu. Again, Project Tetsu going for that belly-to-belly slam, and Wrestle Blue countering it. And Wrestle Blue, not the strongest member of the team. That's either Wrestle Black or Wrestle Pink. I'm not quite sure which. Stomped away by Wrestle Blue. I'm not sure which one's which. I'm just going to call them both Wrestle Blue. It's going to get confusing. At this point, I don't care. Tag made. Wrestle Blue to Wrestle Blue. Wrestle Blue legal, while Wrestle Blue takes a rest on the ropes. I hope that made as much sense coming out of my mouth as it did in my head. Tag made to the dead guy. The former Jack Butcher. Former tag team champion, former intercontinental champion. Now, a modern-day Frankenstein, a reanimated corpse, reassembled by Dr. Jigoku. Snap vertical suplex by Wrestle Blue. Wrestle Blue is going to be looking for his signature maneuver, the Aokrachu. Whereas Project Tetsu, who just got tagged in, is going to be looking for the Tetsu driver. And the modern-day Frankenstein will be looking for the Butcher Bomb. And finally, Project Tetsu hits that belly-to-belly slam, followed up by a big elbow drop. And the AWL fans making their disapproval quite well known here in the arena. I'm not sure how much of that audio is coming across in the video, but yeah, people not happy here. Tag Kogeki by Wrestle Blue. double big back body drop, and it takes 2 men to get the giant Project Tetsu off of his feet. The booing of Dr. Jigoku and the Augments is deafening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm surprised I can barely hear myself think right now, let alone speak. I hope you can hear me through this video. This is nuts. Wrestle Blue stomping away, Project Tetsu in the wrong part of town. But that's the recovery ability, the stamina, the toughness, the pain threshold of Project Tetsu is, I believe, second to none in the animated wrestling. Whoa, wait a minute! Blue Thunder Bomb! Of course, Wrestle Blue knows a Blue Thunder Bomb. Of course he freaking does. 1, 2. That was only a 1 count. Millimeters away on the 2, let alone the 3. 12 minutes remain in this 15-minute time limit match. 1 point on the line. Wrestle Blue comes into this with 1 point. So a loss here will send Wrestle Blue back down to 0. And of course, Hisatsu Oza, Tetsu Driver! But Project Tetsu, hesitating, stumbling, will that be the difference maker? 1, 2, yes it will. That moment's hesitation by Project Tetsu, all that Wrestle Blue needed to kick out. But notice Wrestle Blue not moving right now. Slow back to his feet. We can see a tag Kogeki. Yes, we are. Nice drop kick by Wrestle Blue with a distraction from Wrestle Blue. Irish whip back into the corner. We can see the fast tag. No, we're not. Wrestle Blue. Oh! Huge clothesline from behind. And as they say in boxing, it's always the punch you don't see that knocks you out. Blue Thunderball again. This time to the modern-day Frankenstein. The Puro Sentai Resuranger this season have really found themselves as the primary opposing force to Dr. Jigoku's Augments and the Dorei Corps. Huge lariat takes down the Iron Project, the oldest, longest serving of the Augments. You have to wonder, maybe his battery life isn't quite what it used to be. Yes, that's an iPhone thing, and yes, I'm bitter. Vertical suplex, outside in. Lets him think about it for a second. Does Project Tetsu 2.0. As we reach the 5-minute mark, 10 minutes remain. The tag made to the modern-day Frankenstein, and if Blue didn't realize it a moment ago, he does now, and a bit of a receipt from earlier. Oh, wait a minute, what is this? Dr. Jigoku climbing into the ring now. This is not legal. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Jack Butcher, known for his power bombs. Project Z with a triple power bomb. How the hell the referee isn't disqualified? Actually, wait a minute. He's saying, you're out. Get out of here. He's invalidating the pin. Is he? I don't know. But Dr. Jigoku has just been ejected from ringside. And that gave Wrestle Blue, and I think the referee knew this, more than enough time to kick out. The creator, the mad scientist, Dr. Jigoku, ejected from the ringside area by senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the Baba Ganoush wrestling family. And now, Wrestle Blue working on that mechanical arm cutter from behind. A cerulean cutter by Wrestle Blue. Incredible agility. DDT. Now locked back into the submission game. It's what Wrestle Blue is technically the expert of in the Puro Sentai Resuranger. They're all super strong. They're all super agile. They're all super fast. But Wrestle Blue is supposed to be the submissions guy. Project Z is down and out on the outside. Jigoku's gone. Project Tetsu basically on his own right now. Oh! Full Nelson Slam by the former AWL Grand Champion. One of many currently under the, shall we say, control of Dr. Jigoku. 8 minutes remain. Project Tetsu, with nobody to give him commands, seems to have entered a bit of a loop here. He's a creature that requires orders. DDT! It is primary objective, win wrestling matches. Tag mate, Wrestle Blue is down on the outside. Wrestle Blue in the ring. Project Z back on the apron where he belongs. 7.5 minutes remain. Possible tag Kogeki by the Augments. And yes, there is. Wrestle Blue under the control. Up. Down. Experimental sacrifice for the 1, 2. But only a 2 count. And here's the smart idea. Lateral press, you're not going to get the win there, but you are going to force your opponent to lift your body weight off of them. You're going to force them to use energy. I don't know how much energy Wrestle Blue has left at this juncture. This takedown by Wrestle Blue. Don't know what he was going for there. He gets a fireman's carry takedown. But that mechanical right arm and an elevated triangle choke now. Oh, right into that gaping open wound. One of many obvious targets on the reanimated corpse that is Project Z. Excuse me, Z for zombie. Wrestle Blue on spaghetti leg. Oh, back body drop. I was foreseeing a powerbomb suplex or a butcher bomb there. But here we go. Oh, there we go. Down the bottom. And that's it. The Aokurachi. Aokurachi Satsuwaza. Signature maneuver. Finishing hold. Submission. Wrestle Blue picks up the victory. And their second point.
Here are your winners, now with 2 points, the Puro Sentai Resuranger.
Could the Resurangers be the first to challenge the Tigers for the AWL World's Tag Team Championship? I don't know. We'll find out going forward here in the Animated Wrestling League. But right now, it is main event time. The reigning Grand Champion and his longtime tag team partner team up with 2 other members of the Puro Sentai Resuranger against the evil of the Dorei Corps. This will be a 1-fall match. 4-on-4, Atomicos main event. Let's get it on.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. And it is an Atomicos match, scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, the Arab-American Dream, Hassan, and the reigning Animated Wrestling League Grand Champion, Kid Canada!
Former AWL World Tag Team Champions and, of course, around the waist of Kid Canada, the most prestigious prize in all of animated wrestling, the AWL Grand Championship. And they will be allied with one of the most powerful forces for good in the AWL today.
And their partner.
Everybody loves this entrance, don't
they? From the secret base, representing the Puro Sentai Resuranger, the bearer of a golden opportunity, Resuranger, and Wrestle Black.
The Puro Sentai Resuranger, and yes, this time Wrestle Red will be competing in the actual match alongside the giant of the Resuranger. So this quartet of goody-goodies will have to face a quartet of corruption and darkness. 4 former heroes of the AWL reduced to Dr. Jigoku's zombie slaves. And we are reduced to having to put up with this annoyingly long entrance. There they are. M04 trailing along behind like the punish little puppy dogs.
And their opponents, making their way to the ring, representing Dr. Jigoku, W01, GB02, H03, M05, the Dorei Corps.
Wyvern, the Doom Bunny, Akaisha, and Majiku. The chosen descendant of the dragon. The most decorated champion in history. One of the best light heavyweight champions in history. And the greatest luchador ever to set foot in an AWL ring. Reduced to this. Subite Jigoku Hakase no Tame ni, all for Dr. Jigoku. Get on with it! These Atomicos matches take long enough as it is. Alright, this is the main event, ladies and gentlemen. 4-on-4, one fall to a finish. "15 minutes on the clock. We're starting off with Kid Canada, the grand champion, versus Wyvern. And of course, if any of these four members of the Dorei Corps could manage to pin Kid Canada, then they would automatically, I would imagine, get themselves into the best four. Only members of the best four can challenge for the title without, say, a golden opportunity or the Intercontinental Championship coming into play. And if you manage to pin the champion, even in a tag team match, that gets you into the top four. And right now we have a vacancy in the best four, the number 4 position specifically. Of course, Akaisha, H03, getting back up on the apron there, the big man of the Dorei Corps team, is currently in the best four. He's number 2 right now. Currently it's Ganba Hisshi Dark, Akaisha, and Tiger Mask 2, with the 4th slot currently open. Oh, a little bit of trash talk between Akaisha, H03, and Wrestle Black. That's a match we've never seen before, but actually I would be very interested in seeing. AWL Commissioner, make that happen if you can. Akaisha, one of the most experienced wrestlers in this match, second only, I believe, to Hassan, a Season 0 original. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Multiple elbows right to the stomach. Kid Canada does wear those Canadian elbow pads, but that's still blunt force trauma right to the vital organs. And all 3 members of Team AWL, for lack of a better term, calling for a tag from Kid Canada. The Grand Champion needs to get out of this. Right now the Dorei Corps successfully isolating the Grand Champion, but not for much longer. Tag made. In comes the bearer of a golden opportunity, who has already said he will not cash in on Kid Canada. Golden opportunities do not expire, so he can wait as long as he wants to make his shot for the Grand Championship. Big lariat into the corner, and desperation tag to his longtime tag team partner, the Doom Bunny. DB02 gets caught. STO. Space Tornado Ogawa into a spine buster. Shades almost of Arn Anderson. as we have just under 12 minutes on the clock. That's a danger. That is a serious risk and serious danger in these Atomicos matches because you have not one, not two, but 3 people you can tag if you need a break. So there's always a fresh man available. Uh-oh. Hisatsuwaza Akadoropu. He's going for it. No! Counter by the Doom Bunny. DB02 with a brilliant counter to the Fireman's carry. And now calling for, we saw the Augments do this earlier, but at least this time it's 3 people who are in the match legally. The combination triple powerbomb by the Dorei core. And referee slow on the count here. 1, 2. And I think a momentary distraction of the referee, which considering I think there's about 6 men in the ring right now, is unsurprising. That hat-trick suplex, backdrop combination, back suplex combination. Your legal fighters are Wrestle Red and DB02, the Doom Bunny. The rest of these guys have got to get out of the ring as T49P do. Kid Canada ejected unceremoniously. Miss with the lifting knee. Or miss with the knee lift, I should say. Wrestle Red. Yeah, Wrestle Red now legal with Wyvern, W01, the original member of the Dorei Corps that we all thought was the Augment Dragon for the better part of a season, living a double life under the orders of Dr. Jigoku. I'm assuming a considerable amount of green makeup was involved. And there is the heresy of the Dragon Drop. And the last member of the Shinjidai Sunrise! Does he get the fingers locked? No, he doesn't. He can't quite lock the fingers, which means he can't quite maintain the hold. And again, for about the 3rd time tonight, the referee is down. It is martial law in there at the moment. Wyvern realizes, W01 realizes this a little bit too late to take much advantage. Wrestle Red in dangerous territory in the Dorei Corps corner. Twisting arm breaker. This is not good. Wrestle Red is in huge trouble here. Wyvern, W01, if he hits a second Shinjidai Sunrise. No, a Dragon Drop! Hisatsuwaza Dragon Drop! Shades of the original AWL champion who chose this man as his successor. And now he only serves Dr. Jigoku. And he has served him well tonight, pinning the bearer of a golden opportunity. That illegal triple team was the beginning. You notice M05 not involved in that, not involved in any of this match, because he's still in the doghouse for losing the Grand Championship to Kid Canada. Basically at the first opportunity, the first title defense. 1, 2, saved by the champion, but that would only go so far. The second Dragon Drop would prove to be decisive. As much as I hate to say this, I really hate to say this, a victory for Dr. Jigoku.
Here are your winners, the Dorei Corps.
Well, I hate to end on such a downer, ladies and gentlemen, but next week, Kid Canada will defend the AWL Grand Championship, and he will defend it against Ganba Hisshi Dark. And honestly, I think we're going to have a new champion next week. But until then, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Korede. Marida.